This film is based on a true story. At the beginning, it is mentioned that in June 1940, Germany occupied France. Basically, the story of this film starts with a character named Iwan, who is traveling in a car, and soldiers from the approaching cannon take this man for investigation. They think he is a wool seller, so he is let go. With the car, he goes to a place where many airplanes are parked, and enters a room there. There, an incoming officer says that the war is over, and it's better than dying in England. He tells him to stay in France, and then leaves. Nearby, some German officers are talking to the pilot officer. As they say, our plans are already prepared. First, we will destroy the Royal Air Force. Then, someone nearby gets into a plane and takes it away. The pilot officers run to stop him, but he leaves. Next, the pilot officer's office is shown where air attacks are happening. There are squadrons of 3 and 3 Polish pilots who join the Royal Airports and are fighting for foreign skies. Upon Iwan's arrival, they tell him that we continued the war while you were there. Iwan says that you can't finish them without me and starts smiling. In the next scene, the pilot officer tells the chief marshal that we are not bombers, but fighter pilots. We have shot down many Germans in Poland, and this skill is the experience of the Royal Air Force. To this, the marshal gives him some instructions, upon which he says, "Sir," and leaves. In this way, the next scene shows a team pilot sitting in the aircraft looking at a lady's picture, and then taking off with his flight. He continuously stays in contact from an instructional point of view. The aircraft is continuously fired upon, and he bravely takes down the opposing aircraft. Now, an office is shown where 2 officers are sitting, one of whom is named Milo. When they come outside, they see that Iwan has already arrived there with his team. After a short while, the trailer goes there, tells them to pay attention, and also calls them brave police flyers, saying that they are welcomed into the RAF. Now it is my duty to tease all of you. After that, the police flyers are taught language, as they face language barriers, and then some of their checkups are also conducted. Eyesight tests are conducted. After a while, they are all taken towards the aircraft, and Iwan explains that before the aircraft takes off from the ground, its V should be opened. Then Iwan, Marshal, explains that one thing we know is how to fly, and Milo, who is the manning officer, is talking to them. Then the college pilots are told that these are the people, meaning the Germans, who are killing our people and we are doing nothing. And he shouts out like my wife and a little girl. Milo gets very angry after hearing their words and says that I know you can fly well, but you also have other attributes that are important in a cadet, like community and discipline. These are the ways, gentlemen, through which we can win. Saying this, Milo goes into the office, and after entering, he tells his senior officer that they are having some issues like arrogance, irresponsibility, and discipline problems. To this, the officer says that you are the commander, to whom I have given all the responsibilities, so I am leaving all the operations to you, and I rely on you, and you will be responsible. Milo comes outside and asks Iwan if there is any problem, to which Iwan responds, "This is the same fish, like speed and working in reverse." They all see that the craft lands badly, and they run towards the aircraft. They see that the aircraft is filled with mud, while the pilot coming out of it says that it all happened because of the whales. Actually, it shows here that they are all practicing against the air war Germans, where they have to wage war, while on the other side, Germans are shown as pilot officers. And they say that the Royal Air Force has been losing its strength since last week, and we are entering the air affairs, where we are currently dropping bombs, and they call themselves victors. In this way, they keep watching the aircraft flying in the air, while on the other side it is shown that Milo is giving instructions to his fellow pilots, and similarly the lady pilots are identifying the location. Through the aircraft in the air there is a battle with the Germans, and Milo Gibson quickly commands to return home, saying that this is an order. Some of the German ships are shot down. Now the first fighters land and see that some pilots have died, who are Germans. Even when he lands, he takes a cloth, then covers the bodies of the Germans, saying that this could have been us too. But another pilot says, "What, they would do the same to you as you are doing good to them." He tells Iwan that your Swiss roots give you sympathy for the Germans, okay? He says we are here to kill the Germans, not to pray for them. He leaves. Now Milo calls a meeting to announce we are going to shoot our enemy, and you all must follow orders. A senior officer congratulates the 3 squadrons. He tells them that you must be fully prepared for the operation starting tomorrow. Iwan says that we will be on the operation from tomorrow, and everyone happily hugs each other. Now everyone goes for training, and you also put on your uniform. The next day the operation starts, and Lady Piles is managing her duty as an officer. The fighter pilot's air assault begins with bombardment from the other force, but everyone fights successfully, and air attacks resume. Then it is shown the Royal Air Force remains in contact with each other. In this battle, a pilot from the Royal Air Force targets a flying aircraft of the Germans. He shoots it down. Meanwhile, on the other side, Miles even says, "You know that I am the best." He is now explaining that Ivan's friend arrives, and he takes him to the Royal Air Force team and says, "Look who has come." Everyone happily embraces him. And in this way, when Ivan comes out, it is explained through a man according to the aircraft. The man tells him that a gun camera has been installed in the airplane. And it was your idea. This particular gun has been reharmonized from 150 yards, approximately at 137 meters. But this means that you will have to stay rear close at a decision point, and then hit it. It will be just as accurate as a cannon. According to the British boys, the next morning a group photo of the Royal Air Force team is taken, when suddenly the siren starts blaring, and an announcement is made for the team to quickly run towards their aircraft. The time for the operation has arrived, and everyone takes flight, and firing begins through the aircraft. Meanwhile, Lady File sits down again to identify the position areas and locations. Some ships are destroyed. Then a sign appears. Refueling and landed ships are refueled, and then they take flight again. Firing stops from the aircraft of a team member of the Royal Air Force team. In response, firing occurs from the German opposition team, and he gets injured and starts bleeding. His airplane also crashes and falls into the water. A small victim girl is imagined who is laughing. Eventually he drowns in the water. The Royal Air Force team is now silent and sad because their comrade has died. My book is being read at the retirement college. Now such an air war is shown again. The Air Force team is in flight from a school in the air when suddenly an attack occurs on a plane, and everyone becomes very alert, and the aircraft catches fire. But he successfully descends with the help of an air balloon, while another team member catches fire on his body and gets injured. In the next scene, a party of Polish fighter pilots is shown, where the Chief Marshal addresses everyone and says that he wants to introduce you to the host of this evening. He calls a lady, Iwan, who comes and talks to everyone, saying that the evening is dedicated to the brave soldiers, which is for the pilot officers, who fought for us in the skies of England. After that, Iwan gets angry and says that you are dropping bombs on our cities, and shooting us, and hunting us down. We are drinking champagne here and dropping bombs on our own cities. They are butchers and we are being shot and hanged. After this he keeps talking like this, while Milo eventually makes him quiet. Now Milo comes into the room after a while where the injured pilots are. One of them even has a burnt face. He tells him that only the man grows. You should travel on this. Meanwhile, on the other side, another Polish pilot is shown sitting with a candle, and he is very sad because his companions have died. Iwan comes to him and asks what he is doing here. Then he saw the same people in the air crash. Started watching, they were people like you and me. To which Iwan says that there were no people in these planes, only Germans. The Germans who did bad things to us. Listen to me, you have to go through these things. You are still alive, you are breathing. In a war, this is the most important thing. He actually encourages his morale. Now Mil has a meeting with all the pilots, and they all proceed to the flight operation. The second air part resumes and many ships are destroyed. Now a pilot from the Royal Air Force team recalls a memory, where an old man is killed by firing. He is still thinking about it when he comes under fire. On the other hand, he becomes very upset, because he is witnessing all this, and in anger he shoots down the opposition German ship. The fight with the Germans continues relentlessly. Now 2 aircraft from the college pilots are seen, one of which crashes due to engine failure. Now only he remains, and firing begins on him. Now only he survives, being the only survivor. The pilot ladies see the situation of the operation and tears come to their eyes. Now, he emerges alive but injured from his aircraft, which has crashed to the ground at and goes towards a nearby aircraft, Anonida, only to find that his partner, Esquan Duiam, has died. He is filled with direct anger and grief. The squadron leader tells the other fighter pilots, "This was a very exceptional class, and we feel very proud. But the work they did, and continued, it deserves immense gratitude." Saying this, he goes to the office. In the next scene, the time shown is 1946, which is depicted in London, England. Iwan is watching the flying planes, and it is also shown that in the last 3 days he might leave the base and go to America. In the end, it is mentioned that Squadron 303 was the highest scoring fighter in Britain, and 145 Polish pilots participated in the Battle of Britain. They contributed 203 aircraft and constituted a significant part of the Royal Air Force's strength.